Hey friends, welcome back to another adventure. I'm Dustin with Dusty Outdoors, and in this week's adventure, we're in the Stevens Point area, Wisconsin. My plan was to get a campsite last night, cook some dinner over the fire. Didn't go quite as planned, had to improvise. This morning, we take an amazing hike through a sculpture park I've never been to. Some great things to see, even a bare butt. So not 100% sure how everything's gonna go, but one thing's for sure, it's gonna be an adventure. Well, we just got to the county park that I was planning to stay at, but they got it gated shut. There's two campgrounds at this county park. I'm gonna go try the north campground and see if that one's open. If not, might have to be a Walmart night, but I got something pretty fun planned for tomorrow. Well, friends, unfortunately, both campgrounds at this lake are closed off. Sadly, that does happen sometimes, and especially in winter. And unfortunately, in the winter, it gets dark so soon. Hard to try to find a spot when there's still daylight. We're gonna move to Plan B. The main reason I'm in the area is for a hike I want to do tomorrow, which I'm pretty excited about. I think we're gonna have to go and do some urban camping. We'll head back into town and I'll catch back up with you there. We ended up going to Walmart. I could keep searching and go a little further away from where I am right now to find, somewhere out at an actual campsite. But I really want to do this hike tomorrow, weather depending. They are calling for potentially some snow starting tomorrow, so if it's snowing real heavy, I don't know if it'll make sense to do the hike. But there is supposedly a 20-acre chunk of land on the outside of town here that is full of sculptures, and it's like a sculpture hike you can do. I've never done anything like that. It sounds like it'd be pretty cool, so that's what we're gonna do tomorrow. The plan was I was gonna try to make something, over a campfire tonight, but you just kind of got to roll with the punches sometimes. I bought a salad kit. I kind of like these. This is called, I've never had this one. This is called Everything Salad. It's got green leaf lettuce, broccoli stalks, red and savory cabbage, mini bagel toasts, carrot, green onion, everything bagel seasoning, with everything seasoned ranch dressing. So we'll see. I know the last video I had everything bagel seasoned bread. To you guys it probably seems like I'm on a big everything bagel kick, but I've always liked everything bagel seasoning. I just happened to have it in last video and this video now. That one works. That was an obnoxious... I don't know if the camera can pick that up or not, but that was an obnoxiously loud truck that went by. 100% would have been me. Totally would have been me back as a teenager. Now with my old age, I don't find that stuff too appealing. I can appreciate a good tone on an exhaust, nice Magnaflow or something, but that was straight up, straight piped with some little pipes or something. We got the bagel wafers here. I'm trying to half the recipe, because I don't think I can eat the whole thing. I need a little more. Yeah, so the Taylor Farms Everything chopped salad kit from Walmart's pretty good. So I think the next video after this, we're going to get back out to Camp Freedom. For you longtime subscribers, you know what Camp Freedom is. For the new subscribers, that is a off-grid campsite on my dad's property that I'll go to occasionally. As of now, all I got out there is a fire ring and some firewood with a firewood container. I made and an IBC tote like cage that I keep firewood in. So I'd still like to figure out a roof for the firewood. It's not really the right time of year to be developing that anymore, but at some point I'd like that to be a nice little off-grid area to go to. I'm actually thinking about doing an off-grid tiny cabin at that site or very close to it. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Would you guys follow along if I starting this spring started building a little tiny off-grid cabin there? I think I'd like to do that. Let me know, guys. Or do you think I should leave that just a bare minimum fire ring, firewood spot to go take the truck and off-grid camp and do a tiny cabin on its own little spot out there somewhere? Well, I think I'm gonna cozy into bed here. I got in pretty late. We'll see you in the morning, weather depending, and it looks like we should be pretty good, but should be a pretty cool hike tomorrow. We'll see you in the morning, friends. Well, snowstorm definitely blew in. I think we're still going to try to do that hike though. It might add a whole new element to it. I don't know. I better get up and start getting out of here before they want to try to start plowing, because I don't want to be in anyone's way if they try to start plowing the parking lot. All right, friends. Well, we're in town. We're about 6 minutes away from the sculpture park. Got my coffee. We're good to go. So I'm gonna head that direction now. This snow is so slippery, friends. I was just sliding to an uncomfortable point towards that van in front of me. We see all different types of snow up here. Super light, fluffy, super heavy, wet. And then this is kind of like this in-between stuff. And man, it is so slippery. So slippery. The roundabout I went through back there, there was a car up on the bank into a pole. The off-ramp on the interstate, you could see where multiple people were just like sliding into the curb coming off the interstate too fast. And I am going super slow, and I still just continued to slide. It's like I didn't even have brakes towards that van. Now, I wasn't getting too nervous yet. It looks closer than it is on camera, but I still had plenty of time. If I wanted to, I could have just let off the brakes, which would stop me from sliding, and turned around the van. But we are here and it looks cool, so I'll see you in just a minute. That's why it was so slippery here. That's just glare ice. So we had another weather day yesterday, similar to on my last video, to where it was raining the first part of the day and then it flash froze. So there's just super smooth glare sheet of black ice underneath all this snow. Just parked right side along the road. Stevens Point Sculpture Park. That looks like a bunch of parts off tables and chairs. Probably just chairs. So that one's called Furnished Framework. That's exactly what it is, a bunch of chairs. There's many different artists that contributed. Here we got a completely upside down cabin. And I'm not going to wipe off every single information plate here. My fingers would get pretty cold. You can see the rafters in there. Probably can see more detail when it's not winter, but hey, how many sculpture parks do you guys get to come along with in the winter? Well, that's how we do it here in Wisconsin. Snowy day. Temp's not too bad, about 27. that's doable. Going through a sculpture park in the snow with some hot coffee from Quick Trip and a Green Bay Packer cup. I don't know if it gets much better. Okay. I don't know if we'll be able to see it all today, friends. This is 20 acres. Here we got a bird. I like stuff like that. Those were a couple metal sculptures. That wolf was made out of rebar. Looks like some actual birds made their nest in that. Okay, so we got, it's all metal. And then where it's cut out here, you got strings of weld. Hopefully you guys could see that decent. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to put the big camera away because I can't zoom with it. And I'm going to take my phone out. Sound will be a little different, but I'll be able to zoom in on these things and show you a little better detail. I like that one. That one's cool. However, I definitely wouldn't want to see that if I was out at one of my off-grid wild campsites next to a lake. It's got like a mirror on top. I don't know if that big cage is part of it or not. I don't think so. Maybe. Also looks like it could just be an old baseball field. I'm not sure. Alright friends, I see something right over here. And man, it's cool. I need this at Camp Freedom. You got you an eagle, a couple owls, and a bear booty. That bear's trying to get up that tree. That's really cool. That was definitely carved from an existing tree that was there. And yeah, that cage way back there that I was wondering about, that you can kind of see in the background, that's definitely part of a baseball diamond. That must have been an old park or something, because I can see playground equipment too in a big pile over there. We'll have to come back here in the summer so we can read the nameplates. There might be some more detail under the snow too. Those are a bunch of panes of glass layered up there. I just about went down, friends. Just about went down. That is glare ice. Just about went down again right there. See, someone else had the right idea. They knew what was coming. They were shuffling across. So this must have been the original gates into the park there. But as you can see, it's a big pile of rubble now. I think what I'll do is when it's warmer out, during the warmer months, we'll bring you guys back here along with the whole family. Well, I don't know if the girls want to come here, but at least the two boys and Lauren. That sound is, this is kind of in a neighborhood, and that is somebody leaf blowing their snow. Alright, this appears to be made out of all car parts. I'm not exactly sure what's going on over there, friends, but that looks to me like a paintball course, but there's no paintball marks anywhere on anything, so I wonder if it's a laser tag? Something like that, but it's definitely like some sort of course for that type of deal. It's a very large chain going up there. Oh, that's a bench. That's a bench to look like a maple leaf. Ooh, that's cool. That's really cool. That's really cool too. I wish it was not covered in snow. See, we got to come back here. So that is a long canoe. And that canoe is about maybe 3 inches wide. And those are all little metal people canoeing on it, riding on it. The snow is covering up a lot of the detail though. So that's the kind of stuff I like. I mean, all of this is cool, but you know, a guy just likes certain things more than others. Okay, I think it might be the end of the sculpture park, because I don't see any more that way and I don't see any more that way. And this sign says to go back this way. The trees are dropping snow on me. Tickles my face. All right, friends, so right there we got ourselves a bench. But that's not just any bench. That's an extremely large bench. Oh, there was a few more things that I didn't see at the sculpture park. Missed a couple things. This is kind of neat. So that does look like that's probably just a little tiny bit that I missed there. Not very much at all. Sorry about how crunchy the snow is. I did get some new boots for some of you subscribers that have been around a little bit. You know, last winter I was wearing my boots I've had literally since I was 16 years old. Some Muck brand. Great boots. But I'm now 36. They lasted me about 15 years, and the sole started to come off the bottom, and then they had a couple holes in the side, but not due to wear. I actually got them snagged on some barbed wire while I was out hunting once. I was traipsing through Perry Creek, and I was complaining a little bit that there was some water getting in my Muck boots. So I got some new ones this year. They're not Muck, but they were about $100 cheaper. These are just some Itascas from Tractor Supply, but hey, they're doing the job. They're not quite as insulated, but I do like that a lot. That's pretty cool. That's all wire. And I'm not 100% sure what the shape's supposed to be. To me, it looks like a tornado. Let me know in the comments if any of y'all have been here before. Me and the fam might have to take a trip here this summer and see what's going on, because there's this park to walk through. There's I don't know, it must be laser tag or something. If it's laser tag, that'd be cool. Take the kids to that. Well, I think what I'm going to do now is meander back to the truck, and I got quite a ways to go home. I can't tell if it started snowing again or if it's just more snow coming off the treetops. That was a super nice little hike. It was just long enough. I did actually see it all. This property might be 20 acres, but definitely the sculpture park doesn't cover the whole 20 acres. So just know that it was just long enough for me to finish my quick trip coffee. And we're about back to the truck. I got to drive so careful today because everyone else is driving so crazy and it's slippery out. I do like that. My favorite things from here are this wolf, the deer man, I don't know what else to call it, and the carved tree trunk with the eagle on top. All right, friends, well, we made it home. There was nothing else I really ran into on the way home worth videoing. Winter's just a little bit slower when it comes to that kind of stuff, but this was still a fun adventure. It wasn't exactly what I thought it was going to be, but it was still great. The sculpture park was awesome. So as always, to the military men and women, past, present, future, thank you for your service. Thank you for my freedom. And we'll see you on the next adventure. Bye, friends.